Happy holidays, everybody. This is Chibi. This is going to be day 10 of 12 Days of Anime 2013. Today is going to be one of my favorite series from this season that is actually aired really at the beginning of this year, and it's had a lot of praise. It's had a lot of people say it's a really good series, and there's actually been an announcement of a season 2 that was announced about probably 3 or 4 months back. There's really no current release date on it, but anyways, let's actually reveal the anime that is currently going to be on this day of anime. Psycho Pass. Man, I cannot wait to discuss this anime. Anyways, let's begin, shall we? Today we are going to talk about the final episode of Psycho Pass and what I truly thought about the ending of this series. Now, be warned, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this video, so if you do not want to spoil Psycho Pass for yourself, if you haven't watched this series, do not watch this video. I don't want to spoil the epicness of this series, but before I start putting any spoiler details in this, I want to tell you this series is great, and it reminds me of the suspension that Death Note gave me. If anyone has watched Death Note that hasn't watched Psycho Pass, I recommend this series because it's really just a crazy show about psycho killers, psychopaths. It's freaking a good series. Anyways, let's begin on with the spoilers. Now, Psycho Pass is a really beautiful animation in the final episode. I mean, the way they do just the hayfield, you see the hayfield with the CGI. I mean, the entire driving scene with a truck. I mean, there's just so many great animation scenes in this last episode of Psycho Pass. They really went completely all the way out. It was just a well-orchestrated episode that managed to just build up that dramatic cliffhanger ending. Now, I will say this, I love the conclusion of Kogami and Makishima, just this final fight in the middle of this episode, getting to see how we finally see him get killed. And actually, to be honest, the villain in this series, I was very connected with the villain. I could understand the villain's motives, and I actually thought I wanted the villain to live in this episode. It was kind of upsetting to see him actually die in this episode, because I was thinking like, okay, so what's going to be the main villain next season? Because, I mean, you killed off the main dude that this entire season has been about, and it really actually upset me when I saw someone like him die, because he was just a well-written villain that was believable, and Kogami hunting him down this entire series just really set the bar of, man, this is freaking awesome. Now, this entire series, if you watch it from start to finish, you'll notice a couple aspects about this final episode. Nothing truly was accomplished in this series. I mean, yes, there was a nice, good character-driven story. We got a villain that was taken down, put down. We found out about Sybil's system. But really, in an aspect of thinking about it, nothing was truly accomplished in the world to make it go in a better course of action. I mean, Sybil is still active. It's still freaking hidden from the public eye, so nobody knows. Tsunemori is basically just a dog to Sybil and has to listen to it, even though she has her own rules and morals of what she thinks about it, but she still continues to be quiet about it. And then you have Sybil getting away with murders. It just, really, at the end of the series, nothing is actually accomplished, so the ending it felt like a bad ending, but at the same time, at my standpoint of watching anime, I will say this. I actually really enjoyed the ending of Psycho Pass because it was just a nice, good, bittersweet ending waiting for the next season. Because I knew Psycho Pass, since it was just so popular, had that great animation, great characters, and the way it was building up, I knew for a fact there was going to be a season 2, let alone a movie that they announced recently. So I will tell you this, cannot wait for season 2 of this series because this series was just breathtakingly awesome. One thing I did like about this is the way they used the entire first episode and like rewrote it a little bit and like switched reverse roles with our main female character to play in the role of the actual inspector in the final episode. I mean, I love how they actually took the first scene from the first episode, twisted around the final episode, and just ended it right there. That was just a really cool different event. I actually did not expect that in the series. And to be honest, not a lot of anime really take that route of actually using like the first couple scenes of the first episode, like kind of reversing roles into the final episode. I don't know if you understand me on that, but just I really enjoy this series, and definitely if you're into dark thriller, suspension, a little bit of horror, but not like so creepy horror that you just want to scream and be frightened and cover your eyes with a pillow. But this anime is just, it gives me the same feel as Death Note managed to give me. And if you know what feels I'm talking about, then you'll definitely love this series. Well, everybody, this is going to be the end of day 10 of 12 days of anime. What do you think is going to be on tomorrow? Tell me what you think in the comments below. You'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please stay safe. Happy holidays, everybody. Chibi out.